Welcome back to Apex Alchemy. The 3 knives you see in front of you today belong to Mr. Alan P., a subscriber and a channel supporter. So everybody thank Alan P. in the comments and like the video so he can see how much you like his knives. And the stickers down here on the bottom. It's for channel supporters and Patreon members or patrons. What else we got? Mr. Nick Edward behind the edge. Satu Dave just because. Illuminati Ninja. Yep. There's a lot of good channels out there. That's a few to check out. The SRK is what we're going to be talking about today. It's kind of up here with AK-47. Also by Cold Steel. SRK is by Cold Steel. Some mixed strider BK1 or BKL. Sorry y'all. I've had a lot of knives to absorb in the last 24 hours. And I'm not an expert. Yeah, I think it's a BKL. But regardless, we're going to put those back in the sheaths. We'll go over the SRK. This SRK is in, what's the steel type?
That's what I'm looking.
That's okay.
SK5.
We'll flip that dude around.
It's
SK5, okay. The SK5 is one of the budget models, right?
Yes, it's about $70 if you're paying full price, not on sale.
Okay. I noticed it was $43 on one of the retailers that I saw earlier.
Yeah, you can catch them on sale for somewhere around $30 sometimes.
I love the handle, man.
Yeah,
the handle feels really good. Like it does. I mean, it's got a great grip.
That's the first thing I said about it when I was pulling it out. I was like, ooh, I like how that feels.
It ain't going anywhere.
No.
They call that the Cray X handle. Like it says it has a poly handle, but it feels rubber to me.
It does.
I mean, I'm not arguing, but you know, I mean, if whatever they made it out of, it feels like a nice quality rubber. When it's in your hand, it ain't going anywhere. You know,
No.
It's just a really good feeling knife, like altogether. It's made in Taiwan. It comes with a Secure X sheath. This knife, Alan, it said he had, he was working with it, and there was some expanding foam that he got on his knife. I got on his blade. I attempted to try to get it off a little bit, but I failed miserably. I may try again. We'll check it out and see what kind of stuff we can use on it safely, without having to worry about damaging the integrity of the blade. But I'm digging this knife as a fixed blade. It's a big boy too. It
is 10.75 inches overall.
Sure enough. It's about a 6-inch blade.
It is, yeah, a 6-inch blade exactly.
6-inch blade.
8.8 ounce weight, and you got a 4 3/4 inch handle on it.
It's a good blade stock too.
Yeah, 5mm thickness.
5mm. That's 3/16 in inches, ain't it, Dave? but anyway, it's just a really good feeling knife, man.
Yeah, and like the weight's there if you're doing some heavier work. Like it's the weight's there to help with it, but it doesn't feel like a hindrance when you're holding it.
Right. No, it feels good. It's got a nice balance.
Yeah, that does feel rubbery. Like.
Yeah, whatever that, like it said deep something other Cray, and the coating on the blade, it was something X too. Like it's I guess it's a Cold Steel thing. You got, but can you find out what kind of coating they put on that blade?
Yeah, let me see.
Use Google Box. Y'all, while she's finding out that information, this is how I got these knives, okay? We're thanking Mr. Alan P. because we have no choice. But the deal is he married my little sister. And I asked Alan, I said, hey, man, you got a bunch of knives, don't you? And he said, yeah. And I was like, can I borrow some? He's like, no. And I was like, man, that's not cool. You know, you should let me borrow some knives, do some videos. He said, no. So I waited until Alan was at work. And I called my sister. And I said to Ashley, can I borrow some of Alan's knives? And she goes, sure. Which ones do you want? And she boxed up all the knives that I told her that I wanted. And she said, be careful with those. Those are like $300 worth of knives. And I was like, is that what he told you? So it's like, $12,000 worth of knives. And the last thing I heard her say before she slammed the door was that son of a patow. Then Alan sent me a message. He was like, thanks, man, in the doghouse. It's not a true story, but
no, he's full of shit.
To keep you entertained some kind of way.
It is Black Tough X.
Black Tough X on the blade.
Finish.
I like it. I do. I mean, I think we should pick one up. I think it'd be a good woods knife.
I'm really digging some fixed blades after this little box.
I am too. Well, I mean, like.
And the Montana knife, like
man,
that was
a
the
nice
first one. I was
one.
like, man, I need one.
Yeah, the Montana knife, that Speed Goat, that was a really good feeling knife. I'm still waiting for I want to say it was a Triumph or something like that.
To get back in stock.
Yeah, I want one of those myself. But yeah, fixed blades definitely have a place, because I'll be like, there's no mechanisms to go wrong as long as that thing is heat treated well. If it's full tang, which this one is, if it's full tang, it's heat treated well, it's got a good handle on it, you got to worry about nothing.
And it is full tang.
Yeah.
Blade.
Right, and like they might not be as interesting as folders, as far as like, or as comfortable to carry or as concealable. But man, there's definitely a place for some fixed blades because there's nothing to go wrong. Like the only thing that could go wrong is that you break the knife, but I don't have any experience with it, so it's just kind of a first impressions for.
And just so there's some clarification for the people that do know something about different steels.
Okay.
The SK5 is similar to 1070.
Okay.
It's inexpensive, but not as good as 1095.
Okay.
Just according to my Googling over here.
And this knife is available in several different types of steels, or at least two.
3V.
We saw a 3V version of it.
The SK5 and
the Allen's AK-47 is in it's in 3V, and so was that Strider that was up there a few minutes ago. But
I'm not sure.
It's got a lanyard hole, or whatever you want to use that for.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's what it is because they were talking about the tang goes all the way down past the lanyard hole. So
yeah, and I do I have seen a lot of people with fixed blades that do use a lanyard hole. They'll make some sort of
so it wraps around the wrist.
Yeah, it wraps around the wrist. Like that way,
secure it from just dropping.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I really dig it. I don't have any experience with it. Not a lot else to say about it. Do you have any final thoughts? You're like.
No, I mean it's a long knife, but it's definitely a worker knife.
Yeah. I mean it's a no frills type of knife.
Right.
It might not be something that's gonna awe everybody, but I mean it's comfortable.
Bet you could chisel through some wood with it if you had to.
I guarantee it. Well, all right, man. That's our first impressions video on the SRK.
Yeah, and price wise, so the SK5 is around $70
MSRP
full price, and the 3V in the same knife is around $260.
Wow,
so it's a huge difference between the two steels.
Right.
But you do have the option.
Okay. I'm not saying I'm the most savvy buyer or whatever, but like if this steel was good, like if it took an edge good and it did the job,
did it.
then I would what you can get 5 of these knives
for the
roughly
price of one
3V.
I just kind of want to see if it cut. It's not gonna be a slicer, but
Well, it's dirty too.
right, yeah,
I mean, not dirty, but it's got this stuff on it. You know, like so.
right. I was just curious,
Yeah.
and I'm sure on thicker stuff is where it's gonna
shine.
shine. Yeah, I was
Outdoorsy
just
type
curious.
of stuff. But yeah, man, I like it. I think it's a solid knife, and I wouldn't mind picking one up for sure. You know, it'd be a nice knife to have around the house when you gotta dig holes and stick a nerd in it.
Hey, when I go metal detecting,
Yeah,
it'd be a good long blade to go down in there.
that's right. All right, well, that's the SRK. We'll catch you on the flip side.